Hi, I'm Wycliffe Sikolia, a data analyst at Infotrace Analytics. Welcome to Infotrace Media. Today with me are my panelists. Dennis, please introduce yourself.
Hello, thank you, Wycliffe. My name is Dennis Kuria, a Hustler representative from Nandari.
Alan.
Yeah, thank you, Wycliffe, for hosting me today. My name is Alan Sindani, your all-time political commentator. I'm glad to be hosted to this channel where data informs.
Yeah, to the viewers, welcome again. Now, as Infotrace Media, we wanted to check what our viewers and citizens are saying on social media. Specifically, we wanted to examine the subject of the handshake. Is the handshake holding? Is the handshake growing weaker? Or is the handshake growing stronger? That will be our subject for today. For that, we managed to peruse through arrays of Facebook pages and mined data from those pages in order to discuss our topic for today. In doing so, we managed to mine a total of 1,509 posts and 138,705 comments. Now, before focusing on the topic, we just wanted to know what are the people speaking about everything else, i.e. not the handshake, but just the general sentiments that are going on social media. Now, we managed to establish that 16.48% are speaking negatively on social media, 18.74% are speaking positively on social media, and 64.78% are neutral. After that, we drilled down to the subject of today, which is the handshake. Is it strong? Is it growing weaker? And what are people saying about it? Now, we drilled down to these posts, 409 posts and 4,989 comments that were specific to social media platforms. And these were the sentiments from social media. 19.84% are speaking positively, 21% are speaking negatively about the handshake, and 58% are positive. To my panelists for today, Alan, can you discuss something about the rate of positivity we are seeing from social media?
Yeah, thank you, Wycliffe. You see, the handshake has its fair share of the negatives and the positives. Firstly, the handshake, has brought peace in this country, and that's why you can see that percentage of positive people. When the Right Honorable Raila Odinga and His Excellency the President came into the handshake in March 2018, there was a lot of wars, push and pull here and there within the country. And since then, we've seen some kind of calmness. And also, the handshake has now given birth to the BBI, Building Bridges Initiative, which seeks to actually solve the problems that we've been facing over time. And that's why you can see that kind of percent of people being positive.
Yeah, to my friend Dennis, can you speak about the high rate of positivity we are seeing on social media?
Thank you, Scholar. First of all, what I would want to say is that for the handshake, it's actually getting weaker, and the reason it's getting weaker, it's because we don't know what actually, or maybe the reasons as to why the handshake was formed in the first place. Remember, this was the meeting between only the former prime minister and the current president, and they never disclosed what they really wanted to do with the handshake. So you find even those supporting the handshake actually don't know what they're supporting. And that's why even when it faces some just little challenges, then you find that it's almost at stake. So that's why I believe there's a high rate of negativity. People don't trust it. People are not explained as to why or what the handshake was for. And I believe that the fact that Uhuru and Raila decided to make it a personal matter, that's why it's very weak.
Sikolia, I'm surprised
Yes.
that actually my fellow panelist Dennis is playing ignorance on this matter of the handshake. Is
Yes.
actually lying that the two principals did not disclose what the handshake is all about. They came out clearly and said, and actually given the 9 points agenda, which was discussed in the handshake, and which is now the BBI, a bill that has already been ascended to by 44 counties. So you cannot say that people are not actually aware of what the handshake was about when 44 counties have actually passed what was discussed in the handshake. We've seen that the handshake seeks to end the historical injustices, the issues of inclusivity, and what have you. So those are primarily what the handshake is all about, and it's in the public domain.
Yeah, Dennis, if I may ask you, do you think the handshake is the BBI and the BBI is the handshake, or are the two completely different subjects that should be completely separated when we are discussing the strength of the handshake?
Thank you, Vicky. First of all, I believe that BBI is actually one of the product of the handshake, and they cannot be separated. One of the reasons as to why I'm saying that is because that's what they came up, the two principles came up with after the handshake. However, the reason as to why I'm saying the major reasons as to the handshake was not told to the people was the fact if you look at the former principals of NASA, they said they were not told anything about it. Look at Kalonzo, Mudavadi, and Wetangula. They were all kept in the dark. Look at Ruto. He was kept in the dark about the handshake, and that's why I'm saying maybe we don't know the major reasons. Maybe BBI was one of it, and we actually maybe don't know the real truth behind the handshake.
Yeah, thank you, Dennis, for that. To our viewers, you've heard what our panelists are saying about the handshake. Now, we want, after analyzing the sentiments from Facebook, we managed to drill down to the key issues. What are the key issues? We wanted to know what are people on social media discussing about. Now, we developed something that could help our viewers quickly narrow down to the subject. And here is what we found. This is what we found. From this graphic, you can see that people are speaking. Oh, sorry to the viewers. This is the one I should be showing you. Sorry for that. So you can see the green side represents the positive sentiments from people, and the red side represents negative. You can also see that. You can also see here. Let me just highlight. You can also see here it is positive. That should help you know that the green means positive sentiments from the users, and negative here. That should help you know that the words in red are being spoken of negatively. So now from here, you can see words like president, Baba, and Uhuru, and Jubilee. President and Baba are being spoken of positively. Uhuru and Jubilee are being spoken of negatively. My friend Dennis, can you speak about the positivity we are seeing from from the social media platforms?
Okay. Thank you, Scotty. Again, now in terms of the president, I believe that this one may not actually be targeting the current president. You will find that most people are calling either William or Raila their next president with a lot of love, and that's why maybe it's actually been on the positive. But the fact that we can see William and Baba. I believe William, it's William Ruto, and Baba, I believe it's Odinga. We can actually see that they're being talked about positively. Now, one of the major reasons is that each of them has a huge following, and people believe it's either one or the two who will actually be the next president, and the rest are just maybe people just to escort them to State House. And that's why I believe that maybe that's the reason as to why they are being spoken of positively.
Yeah, Alan, can you shed some light on the negatives on Jubilee and Uhuru?
Yeah, thank you, Scolia. First of all, allow me to comment on President and Baba being mentioned on the positive. I think if I take for the case of President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga, they actually shown a good sign in coming up with the handshake, which we are discussing today. Yeah, it was aimed at actually bringing calmness within the country, and that's why you can see they are being talked about positively. Well, as my fellow panelists have said, you can see the word fifth alongside the president and Baba. So people are also actually postulating that Baba could be the fifth president or William could be the fifth president, and that's why you can see them appearing in the positive. Coming to Jubilee and Uhuru, there has been speculation that key members within the Jubilee administration are actually frustrating the handshake. This allegation was laid by Siaya Senator and also the Right Honorable Member for Arieta, that's Atende Omolo. They allege that key members within the Jubilee administration are actually frustrating the handshake. And those key members are actually allies of President Uhuru Kenyatta. That's why you'll see Uhuru and Jubilee coming on the negative. You can also see BBI. We saw a section of ODM leaders actually saying that if that is the case, if they are frustrating Raila Odinga, then they're going to put an end to BBI. They're going to make sure that BBI loses in the assemblies. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Alan, for your comments. Now, just to improve the validity of the discussion, we managed to narrow down to specific comments that were posted on social media. To the viewers, here are some of the comments that we saw on social media. Now, remember, the president was being spoken of positively, and here are the comments from social media. Good direction, Mr. President. Good, but you'll never ever be president, even through BBI. I think this was addressed to Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. Anaitwa Baba. Anaitwa Baba. Baba. Great work for my fifth. Great work, my fifth president. God bless you above all. That is another comment. My next president 2022 by the grace of God. My friend Alan, can you shed some light on the type of comments you are seeing around the word president on social media?
I think my friend Alan is on mute.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Alan, I can see your mic is no longer on mute. Please go ahead.
So you can see people actually referring to Baba as the fifth president. I think they're anticipating that with the BBI and what we are seeing across the country, that come the next general election, then Raila Odinga should be able to actually take up the mantle as the next president. People also saying good direction, Mr. President. We saw yesterday Raila calling for a meeting at Kamkunji, which he did not attend. So that is why you can see the positivity that people are anticipating a Raila presidency.
Yeah. Thank you for your comments. Dennis, do you have some? Yeah.
Thank you, Cliff. First of all, I can see there are so many comments that are actually praising or expecting Raila to be the next president, and it's okay. It's within the right for them to want to support Raila for the next presidency. However, I would want to focus more on the fact that that ODM actually want to shoot down BBI just because somebody seems to be frustrating them at the Jubilee Party. And that's now where I come and say sometimes you see the politicians are not honest. If you actually believe in the BBI, then nothing should actually force you to shoot it down just because you think someone is harassing your boss or maybe harassing the former prime minister. You should actually support it wholeheartedly, and that's why I'm very very keen to see what these politicians who are supporting BBI will actually come to tell us that what will BBI do to the normal mwananchi or the normal hustler pale huko mashinani.
Yeah, thank you, Dennis, for your comments. Now, to the viewers, remember if I may take you back, just allow me to take you back to the previous to the previous word cloud we had seen. Yeah, the word William Ruto was also here. The word William was also spoken of positively. So as analysts, we wanted to know what really are citizens saying about William Ruto. In doing so, we managed to narrow down to this sample of comments regarding William Ruto. Love you too much, my sweetheart president, William Samoei Ruto. William Samoei Ruto is always right. Win-win. The sooner you get it that William Samoei Ruto is the president, the better. These are the people William Samoei Ruto should pardon when he assumes office. Dennis, I think you are an avid supporter of William Ruto. Please shed your opinion with our viewers today.
Okay. So first of all, I'm actually happy to see the kind of love that people are showing the deputy president. And I have no doubt in my mind that he will go or he will be in State House come 2022 because behind him is the power of hustlers, and we believe that he is the one who has the vision for the normal hustler. We also believe that anyone else do not have the vision that he has, and that's why you can see people actually now they are sure it's a 100% probability that he is going to take the next office. And I just want to urge our competitors to get ready for a DP route of presidency come 2022.
Yes, Alan, if I may just pose a question to you as you respond to the word William Ruto. You have seen the comments from users on social media also mentioning Ruto as the president, while the comments on social media also mentioned Raila as the president. Can you comment about the similarity between Ruto supporters and Raila supporters with regards to presidency?
Yeah, Sikolia, there is no similarity as such because the supporters of Raila Odinga actually believe
Yes.
in Raila Odinga as a person. They celebrate
Yes.
him as a fight of democracy. They
Yes.
actually attribute the good prepositions of BBI to Raila Odinga. On the flip side, the people mentioning William Ruto, actually, I'm surprised they are using words like sweetheart. You see, these are words that actually out of, I don't know even how to describe it, but these are people who have been emotionally been whipped. But I can assure you that when actually at the end of the day, when push comes to shove, these people will see the reality of the day and they will actually vote with their conscience. What William Ruto is doing right now is inciting people. We have seen him inciting people and reminding them that you are actually hustlers, that you are poor people. He's not giving the solution. If you are a poor person, if you come from a humble background, you know that you don't need William Ruto, a presidential candidate, to come and remind you that you are a hustler. But you see, Raila Odinga is actually offering solutions that the youth, you are jobless. Here is a tax holiday. You can do business and actually come out of poverty. But women, you have been marginalized. Then we are proposing that we increase, rather we provide a clause in the constitution where we have 2 senators per county so that we have equal representation in the houses of parliament. So these are 2 different people, and the supporters of Raila Odinga actually believe in him. The supporters of William Ruto have been whipped, but at the end of the day, they will come to reality and will see different things.
Okay, to
Scully, I
Dennis,
would want to reply to that.
just before you reply to that, in addition to what you have, let me just pose a question to you. My friend Alan has just said that Ruto is the Ruto is here to tell people that they are hustlers, reminding them that they are poor. But I believe it is very clear from Ruto's own words and Ruto's supporters' words that Ruto is selling a spirit of the hustler nation that is promising, that is meant to inspire people from poor backgrounds to learn that they can actually achieve their goals. They can get to the biggest levels in society with the right perception and hard work. Do you think there is some sense in that?
Yeah, yeah. Personally, what I believe William Samoei Ruto is selling is that he is not only selling hope, he's actually telling them, I am a fellow hustler, and you have seen that I was able to move from point A to point B, and I can also help you to move from point A to point B. But better yet, I've had my colleagues in Dani saying that Raila Odinga is coming up with plans about tax holidays, while William Ruto is just whipping people into emotions. And that is actually very sad, because what William Ruto is saying is that we don't have to spend 14 billion Kenya shillings to pass a bill that can just be lobbied in parliament. Why do we need a referendum for something that can be done in parliament? Why do we need to spend these 14 billion shillings can be used to promote a certain market somewhere for hustlers, right? The only reason as to why BBI is spending so much money is because they want to create extra space in the executive. Now, all the rest of the goodies in the BBI, which are actually good, are just something to maybe blindfold people into what they actually want in the BBI. And that's why I'm saying DP Ruto is actually not whipping people into emotions, he's actually connecting with them. And that is where the secret is. If the former prime minister does not learn that secret by 2022, he will be beaten hands down and easily, because he will not have connected with the people, while Ruto is actually going to the people and connecting with them and ensuring that they know that he will represent them. People in the ground feel that the leaders actually know themselves, they represent themselves. Whenever one of them is in trouble, they go and help each other. But what happens when a hustler is in trouble? DP William Ruto is there for you. Thank you.
Sikolia, just allow me to respond to that, because you see, Dennis is playing blind to the fact that William Ruto is the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya at the moment. He has been there for 8 years. The little he promised, he has failed to achieve. Now he is promising heaven when he has failed to achieve what he promised. Number two, uh, William Ruto is lobbying that BBI goes to parliament, because we've seen him actually has managed to corrupt the MPs he walk around with. We've seen South Mugirango MP Silvana Sosoro actually saying that he will oppose BBI. We've seen Meru Senator Mithika Linturi saying he will oppose BBI. In presence of William Ruto, we've seen Mohamed Jijopevu just saying that he will oppose BBI. So he wants to go, the BBI to go to parliament so that he can actually play around with MPs and they actually shoot down the good benefits that are meant for Kenyans. But with the BBI going to the people, William Ruto has no influence in the entire Kenya. That's why he wants BBI to be passed with a few people he can play around with. But it's so sad for him. BBI is going for Kenyans. He cannot bribe the 47 million Kenyans. BBI is going to pass through, and that's the sad news for him. Scolia,
Uh,
Tolia, you are on mute.
so I think as the host is unmuting, I would want to give one reply to Sindani that the deputy has been there for 8 years. I think for any promises made under Jubilee, you have the right person to ask that question, and that is the person who called himself the Simba in Jubilee, and that should be Uhuru Kenyatta. So I believe that's the person who we should be asking those questions, and not the deputy president.
To the viewers, sorry for speaking without unmuting. Okay, remember the word Uhuru was mentioned negatively. If we, when I showed you the visualization with the positive and the negative side, the word Uhuru was mentioned negatively. So we narrowed down to a sample of the comments that were discussing negatively about Uhuru, and this is what we found. Wale mnaforce Uhuru to mourn Ngujiri son surrender, and Uhuru are not friends. I can't celebrate this. Uhuru should think twice. An inhuman act. Even Uhuru does not trust Raila. Jump over State House fence and knock Uhuru off the dinner table. My friend Alan, can you shed some light on the high rate of negativity regarding on the sample comments regarding the word Uhuru?
Yeah, Tolia, as I said earlier, I want to believe that people are actually faulting Uhuru for what was alleged that he's actually throwing out his handshake partner. It's a talk that has been there that people close to the president are actually pushing Raila out. They are taking BBI and trying to run with it to try to determine who the next president is, as opposed to the bigger objective of the Building Bridges initiative. That's why you can see people actually telling him that you're doing bad. And we saw even people saying that Raila does not trust Uhuru. That's why you can see somebody saying that also Uhuru does not trust Raila and vice versa. So it all revolves around the betrayal that is there, or rather is looming. Other people are also blaming Uhuru for having betrayed William Ruto. During the campaigns, he said Yangu Kumi, ya Ruto Kumi, and now the tune seems to have changed. So that's why you can see all the negativity around the president.
Yeah, thank you, Alan, for your comments. I'll move to Dennis, and Dennis, this time round, I'll give you a different topic. Now, Jubilee government was mentioned negatively, and this is what the people are saying on social media. One of the social media is saying hiyo tulitabiri, bado tunaongoja eviction ya Ruto ndo tuamini Raila ndo kusema pale Jubilee. I think it's okay. Nobody serves two masters at a time, Jubilee or UDA. Jubilee died a long time ago when Raila joined. Jubilee is an insurance, RIP Jubilee. My friend Dennis, can you share your opinion about the negative comments regarding the word Jubilee?
Yes, thank you, Scoria. Now, for Jubilee, I must say that it's really themselves to blame. They have themselves to blame because Jubilee of recently has been very basically it has been forcing members to do things that maybe they are opposing. And that's why you find that people are not very comfortable with it, especially when they see their leaders being harassed by Jubilee. And I believe that personally, I don't think Jubilee will survive. I believe that Jubilee by 2022 will be a shell of its former glory, and there will come new parties that will be able to form coalitions and will take over the gap or the place that Jubilee will leave. But personally, I would say that Jubilee and Uhuru in extension are to blame for the negativity that they are receiving from the people themselves.
Yeah, thank you, Dennis, for your comments. Now, that is the end of our analysis. But before we sum up the presentation today, my friend Alan, what are your final thoughts?
Yeah, just to react quickly on Jubilee being mentioned negatively, uh, this a very bad situation for a ruling party to be mentioned negatively. They have engaged in internal wars instead of actually delivering the promise to Kenyans, and they have all themselves to blame. Now, on my final comments, I think it's high time that politicians and politics in this country be anchored on ideas and not just people coming up with coalitions for convenience, ascending to power. Then after that, they part ways and they actually fail on what they promised the people. So it's high time that we have parties and formations anchored on solid ideas. I just like to give an example of the Amani National Congress that has pronounced itself as the party that will actually revamp the economy of this country. Thank you.
Yeah, Dennis, give us your parting shot.
Thank you, Vicky. Now, I would want to say that there are two things. The first one is the BBI, where we believe that Uhuru may have betrayed Raila. And what I would say is that there's no harm in Uhuru trying to look for other handshakes. Yeah, I believe that that's what they told Ruto. And that's what I can also tell the former Prime Minister. If Uhuru wants to handshake with Gideon Moi, with Mudavadi, with Wetangula, with Kalonzo, he has the permission to do so. So I don't see why ODM should be fighting BBI just because they think that Uhuru may not be supporting the former Prime Minister. And I think Uhuru was also very clear that me working with the former Prime Minister does not mean I will support him. And they knew that all along, so they should not come and cry right now and say that that they're being betrayed. They knew who told them directly that they are going just to work to ensure that there is peace. In terms of Jubilee, I believe that it's over as a party, and we shall see which other party comes up. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry for speaking when I'm on mute. Thank you for Alan and Dennis for your insightful comments. And I was very happy to host the two of you. To our viewers, thank you for joining us. Just before we leave, we would like to let you know that you can use InfoTrust Analytics services to develop such insights from your social media pages and additional social media platforms like Twitter, WhatsApp, and more to come. Yeah, thank you for that. That will be all today. Join us tomorrow, same time, same day, for for a thorough discussion regarding topical issues tomorrow. Thank you.